Oh, Joe, I think you're muted.
That works a little better that way. Cam, last week you had your first interception. Now you get your first sack. Describe the play and how it works so well.
Let's see. So I was blitzing. We were showing down safeties weak in any of our cover threes this week. So it probably looked like to him that I was just coming down, being a flat defender. And I came down pretty late to show the blitz. And as soon as he snapped the ball, I was supposed to go B gap, but saw the A gap open, so I was able to go right in the middle, which kind of worked out perfectly. So it was something that we've been trying to set up all game, showing that cover three look, and now me blitzing, and that made it perfect. And I was able to make my first sack.
Chris, followed by Dave.
Hey, Cam, just 2 starts now. What do you think you've shown? I mean, looks like you've certainly shown you can play in this league. How do you feel about overall you've done and what you've shown?
I've enjoyed it so far, and I think I'm just showing that I can be a reliable player for this team and can hang out there with the defense, showing how much I've learned. And obviously, there's so much to learn, still making mistakes that need to be cleaned up. But so far, I've learned so much just being out there, playing in a real game, and excited to keep learning more.
Bam, on defense with so many starters out yesterday, what do you think sort of was the catalyst for, coming up with in some of those crucial situations?
I think our just week of practice. We had a real good week of practice. No matter who was playing, no matter who was out, the next guy had to step up, including myself and a lot of other people, some people that don't play as much as they normally do. And we all had to go in there, and we had a good week of practice preparation. We talked a lot about different scenarios and had just a great week of film study. So I think that paid dividends on Sunday.
Lindsay, followed by Andrew.
Hey Cam, I know that you've talked already about kind of the way that the veteran safeties and DBs have been able to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious if Harrison has been able to offer you any help kind of from afar while he's had to be away from the team right now.
Yeah, I talked to him beginning of the week, just asking what his film preparation looks like, and he gave me real brief because he didn't want me to go out of my routine, I'm sure, but he just gave me really good advice on, like, be careful watching too much before you get the game plan. So get the game plan, then watch your tape off of that and see how that offense is obviously going to attack you. And but even more so, just the weeks before, seeing how he prepares, seeing how X prepares, and how Coach Zim, how he prepares us so well. I was able to kind of be prepared to start this week anyway. So I'm glad they've been able to help me along this whole process.
Hey, Cam, we'd asked you a lot about just the move from corner to safety, and with that, I wanted to ask you a little more about just your communication responsibilities. How has that been, just kind of adjusting to the responsibilities you have back there in terms of getting people lined up and making sure everyone's on the same page?
It's something I had to learn, obviously, coming from corner. I was used to the safety giving me calls, but one thing I've always made sure, like I said before in other interviews, that I had to know the whole defense. So if the safety wasn't able to give me a call in time, I'd still know my job at corner. So right now I'm just focusing on being able to talk to my corners as much as possible, talk to the nickels, the linebackers, and even the other safety, and just being able to talk before the play as much as possible and even during. That's something that I saw that Harry and X do. Seeing through OTAs when I first got here, they would talk during the whole play, communicating everything, letting stuff pass through the middle of the field and hand it to each other. So just seeing them practice and play really helped me and see how important communication is as a safety.
Chris?
Yeah, hey, Cam, you're from nearby Corona, California. What was it like playing the game close to home? How many family members were at the game, and how many did you get to see, and all that kind of stuff?
It was super fun being able to be back in SoCal, be back in the warm weather. Obviously, that was probably the best part, and probably had about, I think, around 40 people there. So that's a decent amount for my family. A lot of my cousins came, a lot of friends from high school, my high school coaches, trainers, some teachers, pretty much somebody from anywhere that I've grown up. They came out to watch the game, so that was huge for me to be able to actually be on the field and them to be able to watch me. And it was a lot of their first NFL game they've been to, and see somebody they grew up with playing. So that was huge, and it was just exciting to be able to see everybody after the game and take pictures because it's a big moment in my life. Obviously, just making it this far, but obviously got to keep it rolling.
And just as a quick follow-up, Packers Vikings this Sunday. What have you kind of heard and learned about the Packers being the big rival?
I just know it's a crazy rivalry, but can't be bigger than any moment. We got to treat it like any other game that is a must-win game because every single game we play, you got to expect to win, you got to prepare to win. So I don't think we're taking the moment any bigger than normal. You just know the sense of urgency this week has to be times 10.
Craig, followed by Lindsay.
Cam, you're a little younger than some of your teammates, but how helpful was it that the offense kind of played some possession offense, and then what was it like to be able to take a deep breath and watch them line up in victory formation?
Yeah,
So many nail-biters.
Yeah, that was a great feeling for them to be offense. First of all, offense did their thing yesterday with time of possession, just giving the defense a rest. I know last week we had 98 snaps, and this week I think we only had 50 something. So offense did a crazy good job holding that ball and just managing the game, managing the clock, and being able to get those crucial first downs on the last series to be able to get in that victory formation. That was a super relief, and I'm just, regardless of how he finished, I'm just glad we were able to get the win, and we got to learn and see how to win and continue to win.
And Cam, I guess my question is a little bit of a follow-up on that as well. I know last week you had mentioned, that you could feel the soreness and everything after so many snaps on defense. You mentioned how the vets have helped you prepare for the game as far as watching film and stuff like that. Have you also kind of learned those recovery tips from them, and was that helpful for you, in the week leading up to yesterday's game?
Yeah, so I'm really observant. I don't like to ask people too many questions, so I'm really observant and watch what people do and try and learn that way. So I just see how everybody takes care of their bodies. After practice, everybody's in the tubs, and a lot of our best players are staying after, being in the training room, going to lifting, just keeping their bodies right. So that's something that I'm making sure I do at a young age and don't get too excited about playing time and stop taking care of my body and doing the little things right. Because at the end of the day, if I can't stay healthy, then I can't be a help to my team. So I'm trying to learn all those little tips and tricks from all of them.